I mean, oh, very, very much so. Because I'm a real Cockney, right? Now, a real Cockney is like a John, and that is, a real Cockney is somebody who's been born within the sound of Thames television, right?
Right.
That's where they make minder. You see?
Right.
Go on, your next question, please, John.
Right, my next question, and I think this is also, it lays down good guidelines for anybody, any aspiring Johns.
Yeah, right.
What's John's favourite drink?
What John's favourite drink? Well, this is, see, basically, right, it's a light and bitter, right? But at the moment, right, the doctor's told me to lay off alcohol, so I'm drinking lager. You see what I mean? So I'm on the old lager, on the old Pilsner urine sample, right? But it's basically, it's a light and bitter, and for his girlfriend, right, for Shirley, right, she has a pina colada. Right. Anyway, apparently you can't get your third question in because you've got to wind up now, and this is no wind up, know what I mean? Cockney joke, terrific.
Nice. Well, nice talking to you, John. I'm flying over to Muriel now, then.
Okay, right, cheers, John. Cheerio.
Okay, thanks very much.
When it comes out of the tins, I find that Pedigree Chum helps keep them fit and healthy. I think it produces good muscle and very good bone. I put a lot of trust into Pedigree Chum. They love me because I feed them the food they like.
Thanks for the memory of things I can't forget. Journeys on a jet, our wondrous week in Martinique.
Because everything's free, Club Mediterranee charge a little more for their holidays. Because everything's free, Club Mediterranee holidays are priceless.
Thanks for the memory.
New Alberto jojoba shampoos and conditioners for beautiful hair. In a nutshell, new Alberto jojoba.
There are thousands of bargains, many half price or even less, at Queensway's biggest ever winter sale.
There's no better way than Queensway.
One-day cricket has come to Channel 4. From the world-famous Sydney Cricket Ground, we bring you the Benson & Hedges World Series Cup. The competition has now reached the first final stage, and tomorrow it's Australia versus the West Indies, teams who were recently involved in the most nail-biting of matches. The Benson & Hedges World Series Cup brings one-day cricket to Channel 4 tomorrow at 6:15. Now on 4, a trip to the not-too-distant future, where strange people roam the city streets.
The comic strip will be back with some more tape in 2 weeks' time at 10:30.
71-year-old coal board chairman was leaving Ellington Colliery that angry miners confronted him. He fell when a low fence behind him collapsed. Mr. McGregor was stunned but otherwise unhurt. The miner who grabbed him defended his behaviour today.
Well,
On Thursday, the start of an offbeat drama series on 4, Winter Sunlight, starring Elizabeth Sellers as Dorothy and Derek...
He's in the police force.
At the NCB's area headquarters at Doncaster, where pickets had again turned out to try to stop staff going into work. But more than 500 police from 3 forces cleared a way into the building. Then a police snatch squad went into action. It's a tactic that's often used at demonstrations. The squad goes into the crowd after particular individuals who are thought to be ringleaders. Elsewhere, miners had been arrested, claimed the police had asked questions about their politics.
Another nail in the coffin of this government.
Later, a party of robed mayors from many parts of the country went on to Downing Street to officially register their own regional protests.
The demonstrators were apparently trying to bring key city institutions to a standstill in a protest aimed at the involvement of financial institutions in arms trading.
2,000 protesters tried to bring the financial heart of London to a standstill in what they described as a Stop the City demonstration. It centred on the Stock Exchange and the Bank of England and was timed to coincide with the ending of the financial year. Hundreds of demonstrators were encircled by a police line in the hope that it would stop the violence. But as angry demonstrators tried to break out, there were frequent scuffles. Police feared they might have been outnumbered during the early part of the demonstration as the numbers of protesters and arrests began to rise. City of London, Metropolitan and police officers from outside London were brought in to control the crowd. But the scuffles continued and a number of smoke bombs were thrown into the crowd. At times, traffic was halted. The arrests far outnumbered what the police were expecting and a special court was set up to deal with offenders. Brent, Sadler, ITN, in the City of London.
I think this is something that has to be seen and treated totally separately from the industrial scene.
On Friday, British Rail moved about half its normal quota of coal. Tomorrow, ruling Labour group. They'd proposed an illegal budget, but the City Council postponed a decision on it. Local government workers from many parts of the country joined in the protest. The day before, there had been large traffic jams in the capital because of a one-day strike on London transport. The unions are angry about plans to transfer the GLC's control of London transport to central government. The cruise missile convoy left at midnight, and when it returned to Greenham 4 hours later, the women peace protesters tried to block its path. The Greenham peace women later formed a blockade to stop a military convoy from leaving the base. The main entrance was eventually cleared by the police, but the women's presence at the base remains. On the same day in the City of London, there was a protest against profit aimed at bringing the city to a standstill. After the demonstrators had clashed with the police, there were 300 arrests. Special courts were set up. Banquet in a hall.